Hello everyone, this is myself, Romans, and Yanis from the company Ambient Technologies for your weekly screencasts on Agile Toolkit. And this week we are continuing our work on improving the backend of jQuery UI website. Our goal is to have jQuery UI website running on Agile Toolkit and much better than it usually does. It uses, I think, WordPress at the moment, and looking to build in some nice features and better control of the backend using Agile Toolkit. Hi, Yanis.
Hello, everyone. Nice to be with you here on this Friday. So hopefully we'll have some good progress today.
Okay. I'm launching a screen application. And what I was hoping to do today is do a little bit more work on jQuery, the jQuery backend, but also, if possible, start the Amazon instance, have set up a small instance, show you how you can do that with Amazon EC2, which they, by the way, offer for free. So you can have a really small instance free of charge. And that's something we will be doing. We'll try to set up the PHP within Nginx, either during this screencast or the next one, and get our application to production. And eventually we'll also introduce how we could do the releases and how we could automate deployments and stuff like that. Right, Yanis, so let's just quickly go over what we did last time. So you can always open jQueryui.agiletoolkit.org for the fresh version of our demo environment at the moment, and click around. Also, you could go to github/k4/jQueryui.com, and you will see the source codes, which we have done so far. So you can practically follow us as we develop this thing. And in this screencast, we're doing all the code development inside terminal here. And you can see what I'm typing or Yanis typing. It's the whole thing is in the same screen. So okay, Yanis, do you have any ideas on what we could do next? And by the way, the people who are watching us live, first of all, sorry about the dates. I did the wrong month by mistake. And if you have any ideas what we could do or what you would like to see us do, then just drop them in the chat and we'll address them quickly. Or not so quickly. Right, so the progress review. What we have right now is the jQuery website. It runs on Agile Toolkit, yet it uses the template of existing jQuery UI. We have implemented the menus, so you could click on the menu. You can also see some of the custom pages over here, and some of the pages which are not yet connected. And right now it uses the same content, so we have attached the repositories from existing site, and we're reusing the content from the existing website inside and generating dynamic pages using that. Okay.
Not sure if that's within the scope of our today's screencast, but I believe it would be very interesting to try to attach some of the examples that they have on their page, which presents the functionality of some of their widgets, such as droppable, resizable, stuff like that.
So demos.
Yep.
Yeah. How can we make demos? So I'm gonna open jQueryui.com on this screen, and let's say if I click on droppable, first of all the thing on the top is gone, and the URL obviously is /droppable, and it opens this inside an iframe. And I can interact with these iframes by clicking, and it just shows me a different content in there. So should we build that now?
We could definitely try to first of all look at how the demos are currently implemented within the jQuery UI site, and then based upon that, we could see what would be possibly the best option to integrate that within our implementation.
Okay, so let's go to jQuery UI folder over here, and they have demos folder, which already contains a lot of HTMLs, and I will try to open that directly on our demo site. It probably wouldn't work because of the rewrite.
It shouldn't work.
All right, so what we need to do is to disable mod rewrite for this particular folder. Right, so this gives us a list of different demos. Let's say we go for Draggable, right? Draggable. And then this is the submenu, which they have on the right. Let's see, source. Can we actually parse that and extract leads from there and then use that as some sort of controller?
I think easily we could reuse those refs there and make them go through our Agile Toolkit.
Okay, so on this page we have the body, and inside the body we have a demo. So that's Draggable, and we also have a description div in here, which gives is it the same description which is coming on the live side?
I think it is. It's exactly the same.
Yeah, but they also have a show source in there.
Yeah, we can implement that functionality a bit later on. Okay, I think we already had some CodePad stuff which we used for showing the Agile Toolkit source. So I think
we have another for that. Speaking of the extraction of HTML source, should we use an XML parser here?
My experience is varied actually, and it appears to me that if we know the structure, then the regular expressions usually do the best of the job. But of course, we can use different DOM handling objects for doing so. But for starter, I would suggest using just plain regex.
Okay, so Yanis, could you build some sort of controller or view which would read first of all, the example which we need, and then we would embed that inside our custom views, which will appear on the demo pages.
I might try to do that.
Sorry?
I might try to do that right away.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, maybe you can then just focus on the setting up the Amazon EC2.
Yeah, so I could go through the Amazon setup while I have two screens myself actually, so that's not the screen. And if I'm doing some work while Yanis is demonstrating something, so I will be switching that.
And you can switch to my screen if you wish.
Yeah, let's do that. And when you're done, we will review that. Okay, so I'll continue talking about that EC2. And just for those who do not know what it is, Amazon historically is a company selling books online. And they decided to sell other stuff, and they have built quite nice infrastructure. And as e-commerce side of their things were in decline, they thought, what to do with all those servers? How about we give the server resources to other people? And I started with a thing called S3, which stands for Simple Storage Service. And this worked out well for them, and therefore they decided they would go with other things. And eventually they brought many different services for cloud management. Okay. They have introduced a free trial, which means you can actually start using their services without paying anything. And I think that's what we would like to use as well. So EC2 is for Elastic Compute Cloud is what we need. And I will simply be going with a default installation of Ubuntu on the smallest possible instance. All of their so all of their software zones are divided in regions. So you could get a server on inside Europe, Asia, or America. Probably we should go. Should we go for Americas? Okay, I'll quickly go through this screen. So this is the size of instance. We're going for micro instance, which have really limited type of memory, not really good for any significant deployments, but good for testing. These are our security key, another security group, which means it defines what ports are open on the server. I'm not sure what do we do with the keys. Key pair. I think I need to create a new key. Okay, so that's being downloaded now. I'm getting the private key, and the public key stays on the server. It allows me to connect to the server and authenticate myself. Was it? Come on. I don't see where I can change the key. Oh, there it is. Good, good. That's good. Okay, now I can launch that. And as this instance is being launched, it will become available and I will be able to connect to it once it's done. Should we look at how Yanis is doing? So Yanis, what's your plan?
Yeah, my plan is simple. At the moment, I'm already getting the content of the index page. From that, I plan to extract the links to the demos, and then I'm planning to build, based upon the index file, a menu, and when the links are clicked, it would show the actual demos. So at the moment, I'm playing around with regular expressions and trying to extract what I need to extract.
Okay, what I will do while our instance is being initializing is change behavior of the menu slightly.
What was it?
Did you have the search bar there? It's jumping to the next screen. Okay, let's take a look at the front end. And this is the menu. This is the dynamic menu we have on the left right now. Somehow we need to define how exactly we are going to separate the demo pages from the rest of the other pages. And how do we want to load them? Because honestly, at this point, when the IPA is being initialized, we could simply show this page. Okay, exit as well, and it just tells us what page we're on. So page demos, and then as we select something on the menu on the left, it's not prefixed by demos, but somehow we probably need to list the pages which belong to demos. And then route that through a separate function. Okay, so what we could do. I'll create a function which builds a page for the demo. And there is another method in API which is called init layout, and this method we see the idea of this method is to bring up the proper page and do something with it. So if this page what is the sequence of the parameters? Search an array. So if page inside okay. Okay. Otherwise, so this is not.
You've got a typo. 121.
Sorry.
Front end. In front end, you've got a typo.
21. What's wrong? Bracket is missing. Okay, it should be fine now. So the idea is, if I have clicked on any of these, it would bring out a custom functionality. Okay, so I'll refresh, it says the page demo is not found. Now, in Agile Toolkit, we have an API class and we have a page class. API class adds a page class depending on the URL we have, and it will populate the page class with additional objects. And I'm just creating a custom object for our demo pages. Okay, for now that will do nothing. Okay, and we just see a clean page which is not following the usual path of the Agile toolkit, is not loading in a templates. Instead, it just does whatever we want it to do. And for demo pages, we need to get rid of this block over here. So for that, I'm going to open our template file. And this is our banner. Let's see how long does it go. Do we need developer links on the demo page as well? We don't need that. Okay, so I'm gonna put all of this, including the developer links, inside a block. Right, so that's happening a bit before content, and links. Okay, and the banner will also go into a separate template. It's going to be called banner.
I need to open the
Sure.
content PHP if you don't mind. What I'm doing is I'll integrate the pattern router to make demos work nicely. So how we do that? Controller turn router. Was it in namespace missed, or was it in main?
Don't remember. So pattern router is a controller which looks at the
it's in
the page.
In namespace missed.
Can you move that to the init layout on the bottom? Where you have return, sure. So it's why exactly do you want to integrate that?
I'll show you in a second. The idea is following that. Okay, first of all, I just want to recheck.
Because I already added the pages on the bottom there, which into the custom page.
Okay, so what I wanted to do is add the following rule, so that demo then, oops, so that everything that goes to demo. Why is it doing so? Demo slash, okay, something weird. Demo slash then A to Z hyphen. So that would be the first thing we want to catch. And then there is an actual test, which is also A to Z. Maybe
are you planning to change the URLs?
Maybe even with hyphen. Just for the demo.
Because the thing is better if we just preserve
I'll show in a second how
links they have. Don't change the URL patterns.
Alright. It's very internal. It's just to make the demo actually work. So it's how was it? Okay, page.
So what Dennis is doing is probably exactly the same thing I already did, but he's doing it in a more generic way, using some regular expressions and an existing controller.
So if we now open demo draggable something HTML.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yep. Also, I need to fix this one. MISC. Okay, almost good. Except that trailing was unnecessary, and this is also unnecessary. And now we are almost there. Okay, demo.
Yeah.
Thing is that Roman's init layout is called when? After init. Okay, problem is that the page name.
Yeah, you can move it up. If you want to move it into index, fine.
Okay, well, we can adjust it, so I just need to adjust the rule.
I don't think it changed anything. Okay, so I'll leave Yanis to fix that. Meanwhile, I'll go and see if my server is up and running, and it is. And we'll try to connect to it. So when Amazon starts my new instance, it automatically gives a unique IP address, so I can connect that. Okay, and in order to identify myself, I need to use an identity key, which I have recently downloaded. Called downloads test. Okay. It asks me to remove the public permissions from the key. See if I'm lucky. And it looks like I'm in my new instance now. Lovely. So that's Amazon.
Okay, cool.
Okay, looks good. I'll do the update. Just to make sure all the security patches are applied. How is it for you, Yanis?
Almost there. Just
no,
did you do some rewrites for the demo in htaccess or no?
Well, this is commented out now. It's not working.
This page, then yeah. I usually I just want to test if this is more proper place for it to reside. Come on. I don't understand. Control. Okay, that's correct. Okay.
Right, so what I was doing is basically removing the banner if we're showing the demo page. And Yanis, speaking of demo page, are you going to divert to some specific page?
Demo page will just parse the particular example and
page
include
it. Page demo.
If you open page Draggable at the moment, then you should see that there's already a menu there. See, and the menu has already been created dynamically based on the index, based on the content of the current index file. And as we see at the moment, it points to those demo/something. But what I suggest is we would just use our Ajax technique to load that particular demo somewhere on the site. You wouldn't actually go there. You could stay on the page. and dynamically reload. And yeah, where I am now, I'm just.
But it shouldn't be draggable, right?
Can't understand.
It should just be. It shouldn't be draggable.
Appears to be working. Excuse me.
The page. How we actually call the class for the page. It's not like we're gonna create a class for each submenu, right?
No, it's gonna do automatically. That's why I included the pattern router, which would reroute the type and the example to just one single page to demo, and demo would then dynamically include the demo required. So this page should handle everything once it's working. I'm just wondering why it appears that the demo page has been loaded, but then nothing further happens. That makes me wonder.
Right, I'll go quickly to our GitHub, and what I'm looking to do is to add a deploy key, because we are installing this on a server. We want server to be able to access this repository directly.
Damn it.
Okay, we'll generate a new key. Should have been.
Cool, working, nice.
Like right now. Come on. Okay, I'm generating the public key for scope is what we need. And that's our key. Okay, now I'm going back to the repository, and I'm willing to check this out. Although I don't really need to add the deploy key because this is a public repository. And I'm now pulling the related repositories in. Other thing I could do while Yanis is busy there, it is to go into external folder, and we have some external repositories from other places on GitHub, and include them as references. For example, icon. So that's the origin of the repository. And this is the syntax how we add the submodel. Okay. Right. Also more mapping. Yanis, how they add a submodule properly? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, can you show me?
How to add submodule properly? Was git add submodule.
And
1 second, I'm just.
I'll show you what I did, but it's 1 second. So this is what I did. Git submodule add. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be fine. But why are you?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you should go to the. Yeah, that's fine. That should work.
Okay.
I think we added already.
Oh, I need to commit the
Git modules. See what you added already. And you see path hand location.
Okay.
I need to fix one issue for now.
So, okay, I'll leave you to that. And I'm doing right. Too many screens. Okay, git pull. Fine, registered. And it's cloning properly now. So now if you I'll add the remaining ones as well. And will be possible to clone them. So that's my production server. I have installed, for now just checked out the PHPs in here. Nothing much more. The next step would be to install PHP along with some web server. And I wanted to go for Nginx with PHP, no Apache.
playing around with different techniques of dynamically loading the content. For some reason, I'm doing something wrong. So the point is that those demo files contain both scripts, style sheet, and an actual HTML content. So, but Agile Toolkit has a method to load some stuff into any object. So I figured I could just add a view, and then
what kind of
using
CSS
this
they have?
loading option, just load a demo into the view. Should that work?
When you call the loader,
but if you look at my code, I'm just wondering what I'm doing wrong.
Into,
Sorry?
The HTML. So if it does have a CSS, it will be just applied.
So this is the URL where the actual demo file is, but if I tried to use just a function load, then it wouldn't work because it would convert this. It expects different sort of URL.
Version of loader. You could just.
Should we use this API URL or something?
And external, you need to turn that into the URL. Do you need a base path in front of it? Yes. Oh. Well,
at the moment it shows that undefined evaluating $.80k4.
PM base.
So should be univ or something.
U base URL, I think, and
something with cache.
So you're saying it's not, yeah, it might not load the 80k univ chain, or do we need univ chain? Don't need univ chain, right? Loader should be added by default. Let's look at those error messages you're having. You are on which page?
On demo/draggable/default.
How do
it's when you go to Draggable and click on the first item in there, the default. It opens the page properly.
Okay.
You just on the left side under interactions click on the first item, Draggable.
So okay. you want it,
and then in the submenu which appears, click on the default.
What I would suggest is simply put the, the view inside here, and we will bind the Ajax loading on the menu items, but direct URLs will just open what's necessary. So at this moment, don't do any Ajax at all. Simply include the file in the proper place.
Because this was already working, except that we need also to parse out the script and the CSS tags and include those, execute those properly.
No, which is okay.
Because if you do citation, all the script tags are not executed, are they?
But that's you don't need to get the content. You could just specify it as a template. But this should also work. So what do you have there?
Okay.
Drag me around, but no CSS, yeah?
At the moment it is somewhat working. Yeah, but it's not initialized, so because the script is not executed just yet. So in order to make it work fine, as you can see in this actual demo file, they have a bunch of scripts, which is fine. We can omit those, but
if we
then there's this initialization part.
It's inside here somewhere.
So we should dynamically execute that.
If I see that, then it should be executed. It doesn't matter where you place the script tag. It should execute from anywhere.
what we can do is we can do it this way. And let's forget about that for a moment.
Fine, yeah.
So at the moment it would just grab the content and put it into the view. It's almost there, except that the CSS is not applied, and I think that explains why it doesn't work. Because as you can see in the demo file, the URL is following, and that of course wouldn't work in our case. So we need to
so demo CSS is missing. I can link it up. Just some links.
How about? Yes, it sure is. So what we can do is we.
Alright, so that's coming from external. What was the demo?
JDemos.
Oops. Sorry. Yeah, that's tricky. If I create a folder, okay, it seems to work fine. Yeah, we have a better style now. So, what else?
Now it shows some issue with this function where it tries to find the object
when it tries to load
and enable
it. Is it using the proper ready function?
Because, yeah, it's question. It appears to. But I think that those JavaScript includes which fail.
Right, so because it's inside the
stop.
Yeah, we should probably remove all the
other scripts from working. So how about we strip those?
The script as it is.
Okay, so what we can do is we can remove all the script tags. Come on, why is it replacing? Source. Just like that. No, actually we need.
And that's line based.
Would open and then something like along those lines.
Don't you need to tell it to replace only a single line?
Replace that with nothing.
Otherwise it chops everything until the last script.
So let's see if that helps.
Okay, not greedy.
But there is a question mark, which means that it's.
Well, it does complain that.
But there is another issue because it appears that
if you type the $ in console, you see that the jQuery UI is actually loaded. And just way too. It tries to include it way too many times and. Oh, I see. Hold on. There's another problem.
Wrong place again.
We need to go into the config file.
It seems that now it's working fine. I just put the replace on the wrong line.
And set a ATK4 base path. Config. Do you remember what it was?
ATK4 slash and add trailing slash, I think is required. And also we should include the config file and the index file.
No, it's included. Default is included. Yeah. So we don't
and
have.
Also this should be moved to config
anymore.
because config default is not
the problem with the
include
theme.
anywhere.
So try load themes base jQuery UI.
This? Oh, okay, cool.
And something we could solve with a symlink. Themes. No? Maybe.
External demo jQuery.
Search for it.
No, it was, sorry, it was different. It was UI.
Shouldn't do that. Don't do that.
Themes. This one.
See, because it's
here and then
inside external repository.
probably.
Right. We can drag a box, and not only
Why
we can
not?
drag it.
Inside themes.
Yeah, it works fine. Cool, and you can actually
It
drag
should
it
work
on
because
top.
CSS should be
Yanis, one other
right
thing.
at the top.
When you show
Okay,
the
now we
demo,
have
can
proper
you
design and
delete
the demo is working.
2 tags from
So how cool is that?
from the main template. 2 tags from main template.
Delete what? Of course we can. What we do is go
Okay,
here.
let me think what it was called. One of them was called banner.
And we can do anything. This API template, DAO, whatever we need to delete. Given
Yeah, one is banner.
it appears to be
the
open
second one
on
is
your
dev
side.
links
Okay.
in camel case.
So banner is the top one, right? Okay, banner should be gone, and it is gone.
Okay, let's see.
But I think there's an issue with the banner because
Oh.
you've set
Okay.
some too much stuff outside, and the left side menu is now broken.
Did I chop off something from the left side? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Exclamation mark.
Here, so maybe entry content was good to chop off, and how about that?
Can you write with exclamation mark? Oops.
It's something.
I closed the file, so you can.
Stop!
Okay.
Hold on. Did you reset the screen size?
Yeah. What is with
Okay,
this?
should be fine now.
Kind of a
And
bit
what we see now
aligned stuff.
Is the left menu is back,
Have
and
some
the example is
alignment.
working almost fine. So what's next is we should just add.
I think it's because of the demo CSS.
I believe it's because of some
I think this demo CSS is
different divs
fault.
probably should be used here for internal pages. Or no, actually no. Hold on, this div should be there. No, this was bad.
No, Yanis,
Yeah.
can we make the following?
Yeah,
If
I
we
think
go
we can.
back to
Yeah, the demo CSS probably is
front-end page.
doing something.
Okay, so if you look at this, what I had is basically listed all the pages for the content, and I diverted them to a different class. Actually, I don't need that. So the goal here is to make them work without the pre-pending demo at the very start.
Mm-hmm.
Can we use that?
Mm-hmm. Well, of course we can use that. What we just have to do
Oh,
is
what is demo
we have
launch?
to change this one to not to demo, but to demo, let's say, launch. Okay, and then site page.
No, you don't. Hold on, you're not.
So we would call this function page launch.
We need to make it work.
The function.
If you just type demo, without demo, just draggable HTML.
Why not?
No page demo.
Ah, I see. But this should still work because it was adding page demo, correct? In front end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Here.
You just need to move it to.
You are adding the page demo. It would add this class.
It's inside the page.
Wouldn't it? And so we just need to store somewhere this actual page requested. It's inside page. Okay, so what we do here is
the other problem.
Replace this with this API page.
Is it a sub-menu items? Yeah, API page and then /e.
Hold on, just thinking. Okay, just let's see if this works the way you plan it to work. So if we click on Draggable.
Okay, hold on. First of all, let's chop the first part off. Like some links.
But why are you using here page? Probably we should have just a view here, no?
Page. Okay, so we're chopping off the first part of the page. Oops. And then, yeah, just, what is it? Right. Okay. Also, the URL over here, I don't think we need it for routing at the moment.
We need to remove this
next,
line.
If the page starts with either draggable or droppable, we will use that, and it will initialize the page demo. So it will go to your page here. And now inside your page, what we need to do is to display both the selector and the demo simultaneously. So maybe instead of deleting the developer links, we could use that box for selecting the demo.
Mm-hmm.
And when you click on that, it will refresh the page, but it will focus on specific region only.
Probably, yeah, we can just replace the content. So yeah.
Do something like dev links content.
So what we do is we do this instead. We do this API, add menu, and we put it inside the links.
Inside, yeah.
Do what? Okay, so what we can do here is again do the same thing. First, then we can assume that it's the name of the test, and we can add the test. So it would be first, it would be rest, right? And here we would have.
It's just a single level of demos, right, at the moment?
And here we would have, what is it? It's I. So some magic.
Oops.
Yeah. So this should work. When we have. Okay, and we should probably.
Did you save it as a demo?
And move the draggable to something so it doesn't clash.
Yeah, there is already.
Alright.
There's a.
Yeah.
I think it's empty.
Okay, so but given your implementation, probably it's better to move to lib. Okay, it was there. So cat lib page demo. So I'll just move
Okay.
page demo PHP page demo, and in that case I use
now let's see if it properly detects
and
things.
use just init here.
Go to lib front end and
okay. It does, but there's another issue here. This one is typo. It should be draggable.
I did that.
Draggable. All right. And one other thing we haven't added is inside the devlinks, the devlink content tag. Can you add that?
Okay, I suppose it should work.
It was bragging that there is no such tag. Devlinks content. Common. Now there's another issue. Page demo menu.
What menu might be doing? It might.
Template must have menu item tag. So,
menu.
Do you mind explaining why we are having this error here, given this way how we added the menu?
Default events. So, where are these coming from? Scroll alert. Is it from Draggable?
And here we go.
Draggable, sizable.
Almost. Except.
Yeah, did you break it?
What?
There's some water dump in there.
Hold on. Yeah, could be me.
No, not really. It doesn't have the slash. It needs to prepend with draggable or droppable.
So as we see, the URLs are created properly.
It's what are you making in this menu?
That
can you show me where you make the menu? Yes.
I think it's working fine, except that.
Yeah. Just.
Of course, it's inside here. So what we do is we take the name. The first is actually draggable, droppable, whatever, and this one is the example which we are looking at. So should be fine. The problem is that the page name is converted to page / draggable _ default. So beneath the init layout shouldn't use the slash, but should use underscore to explode.
Draggable.
And should be done below in the init layout.
Great.
Because init layout is not properly rewriting. So we can use probably the same thing here. It should work now. But it doesn't work for me. Why is it so? Landing delimiter.
Oops.
Oh, it expects pattern.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Oh, sorry. Almost there. except that it shouldn't use this API page, but first to fetch the menu, and then should use the first REST to get the actual demo. We're getting some error there. File get contents, draggable default. So I think it's problem also here. This one is not working as it should. Unknown modifier. Okay. Let's see if it works now properly. Okay. And it does.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So it does. So now you can click into menu points and demos would be reloaded properly.
Show me the container for the demo, what actually demo is being loaded.
How great is that?
Can you add the class on it?
And what we can do is
please add a class called demo content. No, you don't need to use it, just do add class.
Hold on.
Demo content. Yeah.
It's here. We have you. Sure, we can.
And the next thing we need to do is inside the demo. Please grab demo.
Okay.
What about that? To what these? Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, let's see what.
And then we can pre-plan.
Helps us. Yeah, I don't think so. Because there was another CSS in that file, kind of messing things up. Right, so this is the big point to CSS designers. So whenever they need to design CSS, it shouldn't be document-wide, but it should apply to only certain classes.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's simply not portable.
Another moment, we are assuming that index is present, but it might not be present, as is the case with the resizable example. So let's have a look. What have they done there? External jQuery UI demo resizable. And yeah, well, it is there, but for some reason it was, so it says the demos resizable doesn't exist. Index. But as we can see, it does exist. UI demos / resizable. Okay. What we can do is or actually, if it doesn't, then we can at least add an and your error. So so at least we would nicely handle that situation. Okay, so yeah, but wondering because the file, Okay. Okay, so it was our typo. It's not resizable, but resizable. Okay, that should be easy fix.
I saw a comment about Agile Toolkit, and
I close this one,
one guy asking,
now I have to
"Look, guys, what do you think about Agile Toolkit?" And said, "They can't spell."
Yeah, here it is. So this
Why bother
was breaking this resizable example. Okay, and if we are here, we can then also open back the lib. Where are we? Lib page demo. And what we can do is, if not rest, then we can check for presence of if file exists. Default. Yeah, if that exists, then I would set the rest to default. So that would be the first one, the first example that's open. Another option, of course, would be to be even more smart. And if not rest, then we grab the first that is inside the menu.
I'm just
inside the index
HTML,
HTML. So in this case, it would be I.
And
now it would automatically always open the first example in the as specified in the index.
I have added
so Romans, I think we've done a lot of stuff today.
Index is a PHP. I'm also saying I need to rewrite. This is a typical rewrite for Agile Toolkit. Provide anything which doesn't contain dots into index.html. Although if we use are they using .html at the end of the page? But these guys, we can change it in the config, so it's not a big deal. But what about jQuery UI? I don't think they do. No, but hold on. What I mean is, if I go to their site,
yes,
and I move around, the links do not end with HTML. Right? So, for example,
I think jQuery UI is mostly using HTML on their side at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, so, okay, I'll deal with that later. It's not a big deal.
But I think it's common practice to have those .html at the end, and it's nothing bad. Also, I was wondering, we can actually simulate the iframe if we would like to, couldn't we? We can add a view HTML element called iframe and load a demo inside that, so that would be then the one-to-one replication of what they have on their side.
Okay.
Well, just to show that we can. Well, we already add a view, but instead we can use a view HTML element, alright? And that could be an iframe. And we could load probably content in that one. But okay, we shouldn't bother with that at this point.
Unable to access remote host. Yeah. Is there PHP?
Have you launched the Nginx?
Yep. How do you see the name of the application?
And the PHP fast CGI process. Okay, cool. And nest.l,
so
does it show the process listening?
To the HTTP port, but
it's, yep. So minus big L or something.
Yeah, but I'm connecting like that. Oh yeah. Cool.
I think you haven't enabled access.
Okay, let's see.
By default, it drops all the connections, as far as I remember.
Access group it's running in. Termination. Probably easy just to go to security group, quick launch. I think it's inside quick launch, and add port 80 inside here. Blue, apply. Yeah. Okay, let's commit and pull. Yeah. So I'll commit. Let's actually before we commit, let's go quickly over the things which we did.
Awesome.
Review. Do you need this underscore
Yeah.
PHP?
I think we're pretty much done on development works for today.
Okay. So first, the front end. The change we did in the front end was about adding the new custom honeycomb for layouts, and if they do match a certain pattern, draggable, drawable, resizable, selectable, sortable, then we will use our custom page instead of using the default functionality of Agile Toolkit. Okay, the next file is okay, let's delete it. Let's say template default shared. So that's our shared template, and we just added a couple of tags inside here, so we could dynamically remove the banner and inject content inside the developer links on the right. Okay, what else? I have added config default, which will tell us what kind of prefix we need to use for ATK4. This helps us help Agile Toolkit navigate from the pages containing slashes in here. So it's kind of slash something. It cannot find the way to the ATK4 or 5 folder, which by default is looked up relatively. Okay, so and in external, we started adding those external libraries, but we haven't finished with them. Should we finish that? So model. That's for jQuery UI. UI.
Yeah, but before you do so.
Okay, and the same I need to do with jQuery.com. I'm doing it from index. It says added existing repo, so it's fine. And last one is grunt. I don't know what it's for. Grunt jQuery content.
It says that you have to do it from the index.
Okay, that's clean. Demo, I believe it just contains a symlink. Nothing much in there. Group page themes. Good, nice. Default. Web-based template. Module. Right, so we have lots of submodules. Do we have a modified content in ATK4? What's inside here? Git, we'll get rid of that change.
So what Romans just did is just restore the version from the head.
Yeah, this
and drop the local change.
I kind of did this change, but it didn't help us much. So
and now we're just committing and pushing today's work to our GitHub repository, which you can be able to check it out in a few moments.
And this HT access. What's with it? Do we need the HT access here? I think we're just disabling the rewrite. Okay, so I'm pushing and then go to the server and pulling in there. So on the server, I installed Nginx, I installed the PHP FPM, use the default configuration, it just works for some reason. So we still have that. The menu using the HTML, that's why we need to change the configuration slightly. And rewrite stuff with HTML event. Should I just turn on the .html here? Oh, you're right. Service and
yeah. And no, actually, the star should be before the dot.
Okay, cool. Let's see if we could get Draggable.
Probably you need to restart the engine.
Authoring it. Why? But I actually checking and outputting this.
It means that you have to init the submodules and submodule.
So if you want to see the changes we did today, you could simply go to GitHub and look for commits.
This is by me. I added this error
message.
That's
more work for today. That's what we did today. And of course, you could see the results of our work on our demo site. And now we have a production site as well. We're still missing some symlinks. External. Yeah, I shouldn't. Oh, it's empty.
Did you add a rule not to rewrite external stuff?
Why?
However, no, stop. That shouldn't affect it.
Reference is not a tree. What does it mean?
Does that file exist? Can you just check it? Did you init?
Alright. Should we manually pull down? Why? Yeah, so let's just for now.
No, that's one of the reasons when Git becomes tricky to use.
I'm gonna do a manual clone.
Can we rsync or something?
Folder here. That's wrong. Yep, just like that. He adds a git here. Why is it? Yeah. Why is it a git inside here? Git there.
Is the correct place.
So it did initialize the external, yeah, but it didn't actually pull anything inside here because
you are inside external. Is that correct? Okay, fine.
status.
Oh, that problem seems familiar.
Yeah,
On that
master
other
just only
project we
have
had.
one branch. That's the same. And it's
which branch is it?
The Git here is actually a folder. I think maybe that's why. Should we?
But if you step
and
up one
models?
step and then type git status, git branch. Okay.
I don't know. Okay, let's do that.
I think this problem was also in the other project, you know, which I'm talking about, and it also was replacing the Git folder with Git file. Isn't that some issue with Git as such lately?
Because even if I do that, oh yeah, index. Com. Nope.
Yeah, sometimes there can be such situations when you do setup of the Git repository and when you run into issues with submodules. It wasn't until recently when this problem started to pop out, and it's actually quite an interesting question why there are such problems with Git submodules. And probably the best answer is that there are some version differences between Git clients and maybe something is changed in the Git protocol. But we could figure that out, but I believe this is beyond our today's screencast. So what Romans is trying to do is just creating this Git clone script, which most likely will be added to our project's repository, so you can launch it whenever you check out our project. And as you can see, we are dropping submodules and just going to use the git clone functionality as a temporary measure to make you enable to clone and launch this project. In a few moments, I believe Romans will have addressed this issue. And while he is doing so, I would like to stress that in only 2 screencasts, we have already did a lot of jQuery's current site implementation. Clearly, there are a few more samples and few more demos to integrate, and probably we'll have to do something also about the search functionality. But if you have watched closely what we did, then there's a very little amount of code which was required to turn their existing HTML documents into a fully functional dynamic page, and I believe that again just illustrates how powerful the Agile Toolkit can be if used properly. And this is just one of the examples of how you can integrate some pre-existing templates into your site. So, Romans, how are you doing there? Great. And there was a letter Y wrong in that file. There was one typo in that file. On the last line, template Y git. So basically what that script does is just clones the jQuery existing repositories into your own installation.
Underneath.
And as you can see, it's cloning nicely.
Good. So
hopefully,
what we can do next time is
we'll have our production server
Ajax all
updated
over the place,
and functional.
Fix some of the other menu items.
And it does work.
And,
as you see, it does work.
And I don't know. Do search. Not searching. Goes jQuery, right? Right. I don't know what to do. What kind of things we do with the search. Right. So for and possibly also figure out this issue with the outlines.
Yeah, we could do some
and as usual, you if you want to do any if you want to help us on our way, simply contribute your fixes inside our Git folder. And that's all for today. Thanks everyone. Thank you, Yanis. And I will see you next Friday afternoon. Goodbye.